think we recorded. All right. I think we're good. Make sure mic check. Yup. All right. I look like I'm good. By myself, so I don't have her to check it out for me. All right, guys, welcome. Here we are, another episode. This one, I'm going to be doing a review on the AchedAway gun versus the TheraGun G3 Pro. They do have a newer version of this, but this is the one that I have. So these guys sent me this one, asked me to do a review, and I thought, like every other gun, I was going to laugh it out of the park because I've used the TheraGun brand since their G1 days, the first one when it was just a off the shelf Rockwell jigsaw, and I basically saw how they just put different colors on it and retrofitted it out and put some attachments on it, which was genius. It really was. And he has a great story too, where he was injured, I believe, in a motorcycle accident. Yeah, I'm almost positive. Dr. Jason at TheraGun. And because of that, he tried to find something that he could work on himself with because he couldn't manage to do it. So herein lies the TheraGun. Excuse me. Pretty much the Hypervolt, the Tim Tam. I've played with a lot of different guns, guys. And I've never liked any of them. Honestly, I'm just going to tell you. The Hypervolt grabs on tissue. It doesn't come away. Doesn't have the same amperage for sure as the TheraGun, and the shaft travel, meaning how far it goes in and out. It doesn't go very far. So therefore, it just, when you put it across tissue or you put it across material, it grabs on those foam balls. So high price. Think about a different gun. And ergonomically, that gun is really bad. I don't mean to shoot something down or anything, but like it's just huge. And this one is different than that. It's built very similar, you'll see, but it's way thinner at the grip. And I mean, the Hypervolt is like this big. I don't have big hands, but I got bigger hands than most women and stuff who use it, and it's pretty big around. So Hypervolt, I don't recommend it. Tim Tam, I don't recommend it. That thing is really janky. I don't like to talk trash about stuff, but you guys are going to spend money on this. I'm sorry that they just took a basic jigsaw and then shoved the bolt in it. It's not balanced or anything. And their newer ones, I'm sure, are better, but even still, some of the newer ones I tried, it was not. I didn't even think they did anything. They still tried to use the same cheap whatever and put it together. The TheraGun, $650. And guys, people freak out about this being $650 to your door. And on Black Friday, it was like 150 off, but $650 for this. This is a $3,000, $4,000 medical device, guys. You realize you're talking about medical therapeutic devices? Like, this is not cheap stuff. You guys are getting stuff in here with no knowledge of the industry. In the industry, they're like $5, $10, $100 million. Like all the stuff in medical devices are super expensive because they know they can get that money for it. They got whatever. People have funds and budgets and stuff that they can get those things. So they're outrageously priced. So to get a gun like $650 for this to your door, even if you got it for the Black Friday deal for $500, it's such a sweet deal. I've had this for over 2 years. I've probably had this for. I've maybe had this for like almost going on. I don't know. Whenever this came out, every single one that he's ever had, I bought it right away. So I was always waiting for the pre-order stuff. So the TheraGun G3 Pro, as soon as that came out, I've had it, and it's never skipped a beat. I took it. I went to Costa Rica. We moved there for a bit before we came back, and I took it with me. I used it there. I brought it back. So I mean, this thing's been in multiple countries, many states across the country. Thousands of hours of sessions on it, myself and clients. Never skipped a beat, guys. It feels like it's getting a little wonky, just in the shaft. Like, it's a machine though. If this thing lasts 3 years doing what I use it for, I've made like way more money than I paid for it back using it. So if it uses it for the amount of abuse that I put it through and it lasts 3 years, I'm super happy. You're telling me I'm paying $150 a year for what this does? It's making me stutter. It's so good. So let's get to it, guys. Let's not waste any time. This isn't going to be a long video. So AchedAway, you can see here is, I'm just going to put this down. You guys can hear me. I'll talk louder. All right, so the AchedAway versus the TheraGun. Check it out. You can see here, a little bit different. I'm going to zoom this just a tiny bit. You guys really don't need to be seeing. It's a little much. All right, better? Sweet. So you can see, totally different ergonomics. This is my biggest complaint with this, okay? It is lighter than this. This is lighter than this. I don't know about that, actually. Yeah, this is definitely lighter. It's weird, though, because this is ergonomically sound. You think it's, like, kind of ridiculous the way it's shaped, but it makes it sit, like, on your joint, okay? It sits through the bone. You ever know, like, when somebody first taught you to not squeeze to death when you were with your hands when you're working out, and they showed you how to push with your elbow? Here you go. That's the difference in this. So AchedAway, I would definitely think about some kind of ergonomic shift with this. It's really my only complaint with this, guys. I might remember something else I didn't like about this, but there's things I like about this that I don't like about this. So ergonomics, we're going to make that the first category. TheraGun wins all day, okay? They have an adjustable shaft. So having the adjustable shaft is huge, guys, because I can push tissue. I can make it for close grip when I go, even when I'm doing stuff like here. And then, this is my favorite grip I use almost all the time. If you guys are holding it out here, you shouldn't be, okay? That's for reach. Don't grip here. This TheraGun should always be here for close grip, outside here for long grip. Short grip, long grip, okay? Don't use here unless you're trying to really reach or something. You lose balance, you lose feeling, you lose everything. So this is really just, for me, this is a brace, like a support. I can hang it here. I can do stuff like that. So ergonomics, 10 of 10. Because of the weight distribution of this, like versus a hypervolt, this feels 1,000 times better than a hypervolt, okay? I'm gonna zoom it a little left. When I was sitting up tall, my good posture, then I was coming out of the screen. So this is really top heavy, very light here, so it balances out because it sits in your hand. So ergonomically for a straight shaft tee, it's pretty awesome, guys, okay? And I actually had to clean this up. I don't use this on humans so much anymore. I have done a lot with myself and humans. I work on a lot of horses. So horses freak out a lot, and I'm really trying not to get kicked by one. So quiet. If you see, let me pop one of these guys in here. So we'll go to sound. You can see it's dirty from, I use it on horses. So I'm going to comment on that because it just happened right in front of me. Let me try this different. I don't think this is a battery issue. This has happened to me. This is my only real complaint with this gun, and I don't know if it's just this one I got. Okay, maybe it was just the battery. This is a full battery. That one still had 2 clicks on it though. So now when I take this out to the barn and it gets cold, it locks up. So AchedAway, something to think about. It just did it right there. And it's not, this gun is kind of cold because I've had it sitting back there on the ground on my tile. So it's probably like borderline 50 degrees. Yeah, it feels pretty like 60 degrees, 50 degrees. So when it gets cold, it took a second. So don't think it's broken, okay? It just took a second to prime. And once it's going and warm, it's fine. I've had no problems with it. So I don't know if this is something AchedAway can fix. I don't think it's an issue, maybe. I don't know. It might be. It might be a mechanical thing. I don't know. I got this gun months ago, and I waited and just allowed myself to see and try it on things. Yeah, it's fine now. Let's see what happens when I go back to that other battery. I don't lie, guys. I don't care who it is. It does. This has got 3 clicks on it. I don't know if it's a battery or something. Still seems pretty similar though. So it might just be something that warms up. I've never really got this one cold, so yeah, I have maybe. I don't think I've ever had a problem with that thing starting right up though. And this wasn't really a problem. It just freaked me out the one time I didn't use it for like 15 minutes, and then I was like, you know what? I went back, I warmed it up, and stuck it somewhere that it got a little warmer, and then I just left it on for a second. It just kicked on, and then just once it heated up, it was good. So just something to think about. Don't think that you got this gun and it's not working, okay? It's mechanical things. It's not even really negative, like a negative thing. If you get your car like freezing cold, go live in Alaska. They have different stuff on their cars just to heat them up and prime them up before they heat up. So mechanical things don't always work perfect in cold or hot. They really don't work in hot, and they really don't work in extreme cold. So, and I was outside when this happened, and it was the first day that it hit cold here in Vegas. It shot down from like 80 something to like 50 something, but it was windy. It's get out. It was really like windy. So it was probably like wind chill of like in the 40s. I mean, so I wouldn't really hold it against it. It popped right on there. You see, guys, I wouldn't blame it. But if you see side by side, I was trying to show that before I went on that rant. It's got 5 settings versus 2 like the TheraGun. That's as loud as it gets. This is low. You definitely hear the TheraGun. TheraGun. Low. Next. 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 And the highest. But seriously, that. And as I said, this is okay. It's not broken. It works perfectly fine. I use it every day. But I might need to get a new one soon. So maybe not the best review to be an honest side by side, because that does make it make more noise. And if you use one of the brand new G3 Pros, it is pretty close to as quiet as this one. Maybe a little different. But you gotta think too, the shaft, the way they designed the TheraGun is gonna make more noise. The way it goes in and out further. So if you're gonna get a little bit more noise for more shaft travel and having more of that thump when you need it, I would trade it. I'm sorry. I'll take a little bit more noise. I still love this the way it goes. This is a really hard battle to like bring this to. This is $300 though, okay? And I got 2 batteries because the TheraGun G3 comes with 2 batteries. So I wanted to see. I've never used it, okay? So, and I use the gun a lot, all right? When I go out to the horses, I'm doing, I don't know, I do an hour and a half-ish, hour and 15 minutes on each horse, and I'll do 20 minutes of the gun maybe overall, back and forth, times sometimes 5 horses. So you're talking, I'm getting closer to like 2 hours on it. I've never even come close to using this this battery. I would say if you're a therapist or something, just get it's $50. Just get the second battery just to be safe. And TheraGun, the G3 Pro comes with it, so you don't even have to worry about it with that. So you're talking 350 versus 300. I got a little discount code. I don't even know what it does. I just like these guys. I like these guys too. I just promote for TheraGun. I never even use their code. I just always just told people to go buy it. Maybe shame on me because I know a bunch of people have bought them because I told them to. But regardless, these guys were nice enough to give me a discount code. So if you are like on my Instagram, just go up in my bio, click the link. You'll see the AchedAway, ACH. You can't see that. There you go. AchedAway. Okay. You guys know this is TheraGun.com, or it might be whatever they call it now. I don't even remember. He changed it. TheraBody, I think it is. Because everybody's copying his name. It's crazy, man. People are literally taking the TheraGun brand and like rebranding it for their own. What a bunch of scumbags. I'm sorry, I don't even like to talk bad about people, but that's a scumbag move. If you're gonna take the, what is it? When I saw the TheraVolt, wow, that's just like you grow up to copy people. I don't really like, I can't stand when that happens. It's like these guys, this is amazing that he did it. And it's just the crap that is allowed to happen these days with people copying other people's stuff. It's just ridiculous. Okay, so sound, this wins versus this. I would still say this is going to be better than the new G3 Pro. I've used it. This is definitely, I think, still a little bit quieter. And this has 5 settings, you know, the G3 Pro has 2. So, and I do believe when you get the new G3 Digital, the G3 Pro Digital, you can do multiple stuff. So it would probably have an edge on this as far as that. But to me, I think you have to use the app to do it. I think to see the stuff and everything like that, you have to. The button, I think you can do more speeds. So you can do that. But overall, for ease of use and stuff like that with multiple speeds, this is really good, guys. This is half the price. So I'm trying to give you guys a different price point and show you. At half the price, this is really hard to beat. I mean, this is got shaft travel like a TheraGun. It's quiet. Their attachments, guys, you've got to switch to like more attachments like this. And then the, bring this over here. Should have been prepared. Should have been prepared. But I mean, they come with a little hook tool here. I can't see it there. Let me hold that up. There you go. So you can see that going on either side of the spine. You got the little pointy one that's kind of real hard. And then this flat one. Pretty good, smooth, but it's hard. So TheraGun, you got a big ball. You guys, AchedAway, you've got to get a big ball. Got a mid-sized ball. AchedAway's got pretty much that covered. Then they have a dampener, okay? Like a nice squishy starter one. They've got a thumb, okay? It's no joke like a thumb. Tread carefully because that little stinker will hurt. And then they got the wedge, okay? You can see all different kinds of. So hands down, the TheraGun on attachments, they win, okay? AchedAway, that's the biggest complaint I have. You know, besides the ergonomics, there's a few things I didn't like, I forgot, but I knew I would remember them. But the attachments, if you guys make some better attachments for this, you really got a hard thing to beat. The TheraGun would have its work cut out for them. And you could even create something on here, AchedAway, something that would sit against your hand here so you can do what I can do with the TheraGun. It won't fall off my hand. It's got this back here to hold my hand. It makes a big difference. Ergonomically, having that there, being able to go here, it's a game changer. Jason is genius for that. So when you're using it, actually, I'm pretty much going to wrap it up with this. This doesn't need to be a long review. It doesn't even make sense to just talk about a bunch of stuff that it's really pretty similar. I'm not even kidding. It's really similar. Let's see, these are pretty comparable tips. Literally can't tell the difference. And you can tell they're two different guns on you, but the feel of what's going on is pretty much identical, guys. This is $300 less and is a home run for what it is. Does it beat the TheraGun? No. The TheraGun has better attachments, better ergonomics. It's the new ones that you're going to buy are very comparable in sound. I do not like their new attachment on the TheraGun where they redid the big ball into this foam Velcro thing. I think that's horrible. But that's really, I can't say anything bad about the TheraGun. If I give Jason some crap over one attachment and that's it, and all the years that he's come up with, man, that's really good nowadays. I get bravo for what he's done with this brand and this company. This video is not to promote this gun, but I'm telling you right now, if you're making a decision and you can't afford $650, you should buy this. And if you aren't going to use it, I don't know, if you're just an average whatever user, I'd still buy this, you know, if you're not going to. But if you're like a person who's like serious therapy, workout, stuff like that, whatever, I don't know. I've tested this for years. It's really hard for me to go back on that. Okay, I can vouch and say that this gun will not do you wrong in any way. I just wish he would bring back the foam ball from the G2, not the catchy one like he has with the new G3 Pro, but the actual ball that's like this, but foam. On the G2 was amazing. You turn that sucker on its side and you could watch tissue just melt away. It was the best thing ever. I was so mad when I got rid of the G2 to this for that. That was the only thing. I was like, no, I could put it on the side of you and I could literally watch your shape change. It was incredible. So Jason, if you see this, please bring back the ball. Make the G2 ball fit on here. That's it, or I will. I should have done it a long time ago. I know there's somebody else like me out there. Overall, guys, okay, 10 of 10. I always say this is like a 10 of 10. It just a home run. It really does. He has the adjustable arm. He has the ergonomics. This is like an 8, though, guys. Because if you're taking a point off for ergonomics and you're taking a point off for attachments, I mean, and the fact that the sound is a little bit better, the fact that the ergonomics are still pretty dang good, okay? This is just sits here, okay? It doesn't want to fall forward out of my hand. It doesn't want to slip through. It doesn't have that. It has a good top that sits on your hand, okay? And it has a good base that's nice and light. This is not like something that is, 1,000 pounds. And I would even probably say feels a lot heavier to move around like that. Attachments need to get better, okay? AchedAway, up your attachments. Find something else you can do with the ergonomics. Even if you make a strap that would sit over here that people could slip their hands through, I could see that working really well. But it's it, guys. Attachments and the ergonomics of it. Its sound is better even, I think, than the new G3 Pro. The shaft travel is phenomenal. It smashes the Hypervolt. It crushes the Tim Tam. It beats all the guns out there, guys. This is the only gun I've ever seen besides a DMS or something like that, guys. Not a Raptor or whatever. We're talking $3,600 stuff for that. Okay, I'm talking in the same playing field. There's no other gun in the market that'll beat this besides this. Okay, fair enough. I love the G3 Pro. For me to even say another gun or vouch for it in any way is huge for me, guys. Okay, you know that. This has been years of my life. Years and years and years. I've been using the G1, or the TheraGun brand since before my son was born, and he's turning 5 this month. So that tells you that it was right around then. I'm pretty sure it was either right after he was born or right. I think it was before, because once he came around, I had to either be quiet with the gun or it was right after. It's still been around 5 years, guys, or something. This is an amazing brand. They really did a great job designing the gun. They've done an amazing and phenomenal job of reinventing the gun time and time again, and still getting you to buy more products from them and not be upset. That's hard to do nowadays, guys, okay? Typically you go like, oh, like these guys, I buy the next one, and it's, why'd I buy it? It's terrible. And sometimes you go back in time where you feel like the gun is not, it's like not even as good as its predecessor. So if you can't afford the TheraGun, if you are not a serious user, then this is a no-brainer, period, okay? Like, if you're getting into like the heavy therapy and stuff like that, and you don't like to spend the money or whatever, so be it. These are comparable, guys, period, okay? But if you're not going to be like a serious therapeutic user and stuff, and you're kind of just like casual, blase, as they say, then just get this, seriously. Because it's not going to be any different for you guys. It's really not going to be any different for you. And they'll come out with new tips and stuff, I'm sure, after I say this. I hope. And then, but this one, like for the serious, heavy user, I can say for years it lasts. I can say for years you can beat the living crap out of it, and it's not going to give up. So bravo, Jason. Bravo to the guys at AchedAway Pro over here. This is really a shocker for me, guys. I thought I was going to just be like, seriously, I'll just send it back to you. But I ended up getting my buddy Stanimal, to get one. I ended up getting it, so it's a great setup. It's $300 or $350, I believe, for the second battery one, and this is gonna run you about $650, and it's worth every stinking penny, guys. Every penny for both of these guns. I would say that it is a phenomenal investment. It's going to make dividends in your own body and your therapy. It's going to improve your workouts and everything like that. Overall, the summary is the AchedAway can improve their ergonomics a little bit. They can improve their tips a little bit. The TheraGun, I just wish they would bring back the G2 ball and retrofit it, make it fit this. But other than that, guys, I hope you enjoyed this review. I've been waiting to do it because I wanted to actually have some, some good time spent on the AchedAway. I don't even think I really, for the regular user, you don't need the second battery. So I would argue that you should try and use it without the second battery and see if you even need it. And maybe it's good to always have it because some people just don't pay attention, you know what I mean? And they don't check their battery until it's dead. So if you're that person and you find that things die before you recharge them, I'd get a second battery. It's worth the $50. But other than that, I love you guys. Thanks so much. Praise Yahuah for you guys every day coming here and watching this. And thank you for taking a second to check out the review on the G3 Pro and the AchedAway. I hope you guys get one of these guns if you can, something, because they really do they've changed my life since I've had it. And I would be glad to spend some time with you. If you guys have any questions, shoot me a message. You can email me at modernrootslife@gmail.com. You can find me at Muscle Whisperer Josh on Instagram if you're not watching this, a clip of this or whatever there. And then, yeah, guys, check that out. And if you have any questions, I'd be glad to help you. Take care.